Okay, guys, so it is the 26th of June. It's about almost 5 o'clock. It's about 27C. Absolutely boiling. But I woke up at like what, 10 o'clock, and I was just getting a lot of work done. You know, I maybe, I mean, the previous episode should be out. If it's not, then I don't know. But now I was applying for jobs and stuff because I was like, you know what? I want to keep my YouTube like as much as I can without like I mean, I'll make money from it, but I don't want to make money straight away from it because I don't know. I just feel like I want to keep it just me. Do you know what I mean? And if that means that I have to sacrifice making money just so I can keep the channel just more about myself, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? There's pros and cons to everything. And so I've been applying for jobs and whatnot, but now I'm gonna go trade outside, which is crazy. I'm like, thing is, it's Wednesday right now. I didn't go Monday and Tuesday because I've just been chilling with my family, chilling with my sisters and whatnot. They finished their exams, and it's just like, okay, you know what? I get to at least like see them a bit more consistently and stuff. Obviously, I see them all the time, but now it's like, okay, you know what I mean? I get to see them downstairs. You know, they're all right. I can't lie. They're alright. My sisters, they're alright. No, but they're all right. But no, I'm just chilling with them. You know, having walks and stuff. It's just nice, you know what I mean? And obviously, I'm just applying for jobs, which was which was the longest part, and just doing that. But I'm not gonna waste any more of your guys' time. I'll probably talk about it afterwards. So yeah, let me just go outside. I'm gonna be sweating my butt off, but hey, gotta train legs because I haven't done it. It's Wednesday as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go gym. Actually, I'm gonna go outside. And I'll see you guys over there.
So the first thing I would say is that if you feel insecure and less and ashamed and all of that, that you have to take stock. And look, I have an exercise online at selfauthoring.com. There's 3 exercises there. One helps you write about the past, one about the present, and one about the future. The present authoring program helps you assess your faults and your virtues. Okay, well, if you have some faults and you feel insecure and inferior because of that, well, you should. Now, it shouldn't be so much that you're crippled by it and unable to take action. You shouldn't be beating yourself into the ground because you're not everything you could be, because no one is. And if you beat yourself into the ground, then you can't get up and improve. But you have to differentiate. It's like, okay, to what degree am I being hard on myself? Counterproductively critical, hearing the voice of my too harsh and angry father in my head,
Right.
Adopting inappropriate stereotypical representations of masculine competence. How much of my self-criticism is ill-advised? Fair enough. And you want to deal with yourself with a certain amount of care. But then along with that, there's the, well, fix your weaknesses. You know, if you're ashamed of being ignorant, you're showing up at a party because, you know, you claim to knowledge that you don't have and someone exposes you. Well, you can be angry at them, and you probably will, but they've actually done you a favor. They pointed out an inadequacy is a pathway that you can travel down, right? A recognized inadequacy is, it's such a gift in some sense, if it's accurate. I'm in it, because you think, well, what should I do? What should I do with my life? That's a real complicated question. Oh, here's an inadequacy. Excellent, you have a goal now, rectify it. Now, you still have to think strategically and figure out how to rectify it and do it step by step. But Carl Rogers, the psychotherapist, pointed out that the person, for therapy to be successful, the person has to want to change. So they have to have recognized that they have a problem. If someone is mandated by the court to attend therapy, it's very difficult for the therapist to convince them that they have a problem. Once you're convinced you have a problem, it's like, away you go. You know, I know it's still technically difficult. It requires discipline and all of that. There's no magic solution. But if you're plagued by feelings of inferiority, you should rectify the most obvious inferiorities.
Right. Focus on those first over optimizing strengths, would you say?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. And you don't have to redress I'm a terrible jazz musician.
Right.
You know,
it's not a thing where you hold shame around or like.
Well, it's not an impediment.
Yeah.
I would say that you have to rectify an inadequacy when it's clearly an impediment to your goal, or you have to shift goals. But if you're shifting goals because of an inadequacy related impediment, then you have to ask yourself, is your desire to shift the goal reliable, or are you just taking the easy way out?
Right.
You can protect yourself by picking a different goal that's more difficult. That's a good mental hygiene practice, because sometimes you should switch goals rather than rectifying inadequacies. But you can fool yourself then, and that's not good.
And if someone is goalless, lazy, unmotivated, not sure what they want to do, what would be a few key steps to get started to turn their life around, or to find the motivation for something greater than where they're at?
Well, I think a fair bit of that's probably to be found in, you can find it in shame, you can find it in guilt, you can find it in conscience, you can find it in anger, you can find it in interest and engagement and beauty. There's lots of pathways. If you're angry about something in the world, well, that's an indication that that's in some sense your problem, right? It's speaking to you in a moral sense. This shouldn't be that way. Well, maybe you're the person who should do something about it in some manner. Maybe it'll take your whole life to figure out how to do that. But it's bothering you for a reason. So the negative emotions can be a pathway to transformation. I'm not trying to romanticize them. They can crush you completely and leave you with nothing, right? For sure. And they can go badly astray. But shame, that's a good one. What am I ashamed of? Well, can you fix any of that? Because you might ask yourself, let's say you're so ashamed and so crushed that you're nihilistic and you can't see any hope for life. You're just done. You might think, well, what if I was less ashamed? Like, I'm not going to jump off the bridge today. I'm going to wait a year. I'm going to work on these things that I'm ashamed of. And just see, like, does my life improve enough so that I'm not so bitter about it now, or I'm not so hopeless about it now? And my experience has generally been that works. It works. And then some of it's practical knowledge too. It's like you can get a really long way with very small changes, incremental changes, micro habit changes. So aim low. Don't
have big goals or big transformations.
Well, you can, but the problem with a big goal is that it's daunting enough so that it might paralyze you, and there's a high probability of failure. And so imagine that you're your own child. Okay, now imagine you love this child and you would like him, we'll say him because it's you and I talking, to succeed. Now you have an ideal for this child. You would like him to grow up to be the best he can be, better than you, the best man he can be. That's what you want for your son, if the good part of you is talking. You definitely want him to be better than you are, but you want him to be the best he could be if your vision is unclouded. Okay, but then you offer him a goal. It's like, well, do this. Well, can he do it? Well, if he can do it without a second's thought, there's no challenge in it. There's no developmental impetus. It's not in the zone of proximal development. You want a goal that you can do, but that requires some improvement on your part. Because you want to attain the goal, that's satisfying, but then you want to make yourself into the thing that can attain goals. And so you want to push yourself. You want to push yourself a bit far. Yes. And there's an ample psychological literature that suggests that that's where maximal motivation is to be found.
Interesting.
So you're pursuing a goal, but you're also pursuing the goal of transforming yourself at the same time. You're doing both of those at the same time.
Do you need to know that you're transforming yourself in order to attain the goal? Or do most people just think, I got to take these steps to make it happen, but they don't realize they're becoming better human beings?
It depends on what you mean by realize. They have the sense of satisfaction and confidence that would indicate that, although they might not be able to make what that means explicit. But I would say it would be better to make it explicit. It adds one other dimension possible motivation.
What would you say would be your 3 truths?
I would say have the faith, strive to manifest the faith necessary to make things better rather than worse. Pray that you have enough terror to be frightened out of your own deceit.
Okay, guys, so the time is what, 11:35. I didn't stay that long in the gym. I finished rather quickly, so you may have seen like, why has he finished so quickly? Went to my grandma's house and enjoyed it. I watched the game. Can't believe Portugal lost, but hey, at least they're through, so I'm not mad about it. Turkey are through, so you know what? I ain't mad. It is what it is. But anyway, I had a relatively quick session, so my legs are actually okay, not too bad. I wasn't able to do my calves because obviously I went to my grandma's house, and it was good, man. It was good. But anyway, what did I want to say? Yes. So now obviously it's one of the hottest days in the UK, and you know we need to keep going. Like we can't get lazy. Like even the hot days we get lazy, in the cold days we get lazy. It's just only in the little moments during spring when everything's just nice and balanced where people start putting in, you know, pressure. But we need to keep going every single day. We need to exhaust ourselves. You know, even during the heat, yes, we need to exhaust ourselves. And you know, you may not realize this, but you know, the days are gonna get shorter, minute by minute. The days are getting shorter. What does that mean? That means Fajr is gonna get later, so we get to have sleep a little bit more. But it means that, you know what, we're getting to the days again where it's gonna get gloomy. You know, we're getting to July, gonna get August soon, and then guess what? The days are gonna get shorter and shorter. What does that mean? We still need to keep going with our intensity, to the best of our abilities, of course. But we have to exhaust ourselves every single day to the best of our abilities, which means that no matter what situation, what condition, you know, if it's rainy, sunshine, blistering heat, we need to find ways of adapting ourselves, being able to complete our schedules, whether it's going to gym, you know, before work, after work, during work. I don't know if you can do that, but we need to find our ways of achieving our goals to the best of our abilities. And you know, and that's it. Alhamdulillah, we got this. You know, I always say this, every situation is an opportunity. And you know, if you're listening, you got this. We just need to keep our intensity going and just find ways of improving a little bit day by day. That's it. But yeah, you know, like I said, the days are getting shorter, so we need to prepare for it. How do you prepare for it? Well, obviously you gotta make a schedule and something, but other than that, just gotta keep praying and hoping that Allah, you know, takes care of us and allows us to do the things we need to do. And that's it really. I don't really have much else to say other than that. But yeah, like, comment, sub, do all the YouTube algorithm stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care and peace, guys.